Hello children, welcome to our English program brought to you by Rwanda Education Board in partnership with World Vision Rwanda. I am teacher Anna and I'm going to teach you English of Primary 5. Before we do that, I want to remind you that our country is experiencing the outbreak of coronavirus. Therefore, you need to wash your hands with clean water and soap, or sanitize, or wear a mask if you must go out to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Dear parents, guardians, and all listeners, kindly help the children of Primary 5 get close to their radios and tune on a higher volume to be able to follow teacher in today's lesson. Thank you once again for joining this program on the radio. Let us start our lesson of today. Before we begin, let us remind ourselves about the previous lessons. In our previous lessons, we talked about measurements. We talked about measurement. And we said measurement is finding out how long, heavy something or someone is. Is that clear, children? And we looked at the measurement of different kinds of things. Remember when we measured people in our class? Good. So even in today's lesson, let us describe dimensions. To describe means to give details about dimensions. That's right. Now, before we go into details, I want us to stand up and warm ourselves. Let us stand up and warm ourselves. Are we ready, children? Good. Now let us sing our song, and this time, it is not the first time. Teacher has taught you already, so we are singing together. Good. The song goes, I love Jesus deep down in my heart. I love Jesus deep down in my heart. Oh, deep, deep, down, down, deep down in my heart. Deep, deep, down, down, deep down in my heart. Are you ready, children? Good. Let us do it one more time. I love Jesus deep down in my heart. I love Jesus deep down in my heart. Oh, deep, deep, down, down, deep down in my heart. Deep, deep, down, down, deep down in my heart. Wonderful. Good. Can we all now sit down? Like I said, we are going to describe dimensions. What is the meaning of the word dimension? What is the meaning of the word dimension? Is there anyone who can tell us the meaning of the word dimension? Well tried. Dimension simply means the measuring of something in a particular direction. Measuring of something in a particular direction, or an extent in which a particular direction is measured. Are we ready? Now, we are going to get some materials, and I believe we all have rulers. Do we have rulers? Good. I want you to get a piece of rope. We are going to get a rope and our ruler. If you can't find a rope, then we are going to use a ruler. I know that we all have rulers. And in doing so, seated with our ruler, we are going to look around our homes. And around our homes, there are different objects. They are different objects. In the different objects, we are looking at tables, we are looking at chairs, we are looking at carpets, and so many others. Are you ready with those? Good. Now, let me first recite a poem for you. Get seated ready with your materials and listen very attentively. I will read the poem for you. It goes, I was walking with my friend. We had a long way to go, 4 kilometers long away. We had no money, but we were given a key to open the biggest house. The biggest house on the hill. We started measuring the rooms. The house had 4 rooms. The sitting room was the biggest. The bathroom was the smallest. The bedroom and the kitchen were not bigger than the bathroom. We know we measured them well. As I wanted, she wanted to leave. Let me read it one more time. I was walking with my friend. We had a long way to go away, 4 kilometers long away. We had no money, but we were given a key to open the biggest house. The biggest house on the hill. We started measuring the rooms. The house had 4 rooms. The sitting room was the biggest. The bathroom was the smallest. The bedroom and the kitchen were not bigger than the bathroom. We know we measured them well. As I wanted, she wanted to leave. Now, I hope you have listened to the poem very well. Now, children, let us answer these questions about the poem. Are we ready, children? Good. How many rooms does the biggest house have? How many rooms does the big house have? What is the biggest room? What is the smallest room? How about kitchen and bedroom? Come along and play with us. Good. Let us now look at the answers for our questions that we have asked ourselves. Number 1, they asked, how many rooms does the big house have? In our poem, the big house had 4 rooms. Did you think so? Good. Number 2, the biggest room was the sitting room. And number 3, the smallest room was the bathroom. And number 4, the kitchen and the bathroom were bigger than the kitchen and the bathroom were bigger also in the house. Now let us look at the dimensions and we use to measure our rooms. In our houses where we live, we have a bedroom, we have a sitting room. And now this time, since we cannot find a rope at just this moment, we are going to use our feet. That's right. We can use our feet to measure and count how many feet are in one side, the other side, like that. So we are going to measure the top of the table in the house. And the top of the table, we are going to use a ruler. And on the ruler, it is marked very well. There is a side that is marked inches and another side is marked in centimeters. And we are going to use the side where it is marked in centimeters to measure the length of the table. Are you ready, children? Good. Can we begin using our rulers? And tell me how many centimeters you have got measuring your table. Now, the people who are measuring the sitting room, like I said, if you have a rope, you can measure and see how long is the sitting room. If you don't have a rope, you can use your feet. A feet where one foot stops, start another one there and count as you move. So how many did you get?
Come along and play with us.
Wonderful. So children, if we want to get the length of a certain object, we measure from left to right. Are we together? Good. And if we want to get an object that is in a rectangular form, what do? We also use ropes, or we can use our feet. Now, children, do we all know that the length is longer than the width? The length is the longest side and the width is the shortest side. Wonderful. So let us try and do. We are going to measure the height from bottom to top. And this one, from bottom to top, we are going to use a vertical line. Like, for example, in our sitting room, there are walls. If we want to know the height of the wall, we measure from bottom to top, and it is used by a vertical line. If we want to measure the width, we do it from left to right, and we use a horizontal line. Are we together, children? It's a bit tricky, but let us try to understand the terms that teacher has used: horizontal line and vertical line. Now, a horizontal line means from left to right, and we do that when we are looking for the length. And a vertical line means from bottom or from top to bottom or bottom to top. And we do that when we are looking for the width. Are we together, children? Wonderful. Now, touch your book, then show the length and the width of it. We know that our book is in a rectangular form. So if we look at from bottom to top, that is in a vertical way. If we do from left to right, that is in a horizontal way. And we use horizontal way when we are looking for the length. And vertical is when we are looking for the width. Are we together, children? Good. Now, your room where you're seated, there are 4 walls. There are 4 walls, and there is 1 floor. The smallest walls on the floor have width, and the other 2 longest walls on the floor has length. Remember, vertically we are looking for width, and horizontally we are looking for length. Wonderful. Well done, children. I know you're very clever. You can go back to your seat.
Come along and play with us.
Now, remember, we are going to draw 2 lines on a paper, one going from up to down, another one from left to right. Are we together? And these lines, we are going to make them into a rectangle. We are going to make them into a rectangle. And we measure the length, which means the longest part will be the length and the shortest part will be the width. Have you done that, children? Good. It should have 2 lengths and 2 widths. Then measure the length, then after measure the width with your ruler. Remember, we are using the side where it is marked centimeters. And I expect the length to be equal to 12 centimeters and the width to be equal to 7 centimeters. Have you done that? Good. That is very good work. Let us now measure the length and the width of our notebooks. I know we can do that using the ruler. We know the width is the shortest and the length is the longest. Are we there?
Come along and play with us.
Wonderful. And you should record your measurements in centimeters. Do we remember how to write the word centimeter? Good. Wonderful. Thank you for today. Remember, keep on measuring the other objects. Then you construct correct sentences. And remember to indicate the measurements in centimeters. Our lesson today was about describing dimensions, and we can now measure different objects, can't we? Very good. I have been your teacher, Anna. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, wash your hands, and wear a mask if you must get out. And be blessed. See you next time.
Goodbye, 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 teacher. Goodbye, children. See you next time. Goodbye, 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 teacher. Goodbye.